This video is about how the business sets annual KPIs and direction, and how this relates to you and what you do day to day. This is how we take care of business. We run our business using a system called Hoshin Kanri, what we call Hoshin. By the end of the video, you will understand how Hoshin works, how we set KPIs, and why this is so important to your role. Before we get into Hoshin Kanri, I have a question for you. Have you ever really considered who you are working for? It's an interesting question, isn't it? Many of us believe we're working for our manager, but when you think about it a bit more deeply, who is it that pays your wages and enables your employment? And how does this relate to Hoshin Kanri? Well, we do some really worthwhile work here. We make new novel medicines to enable patients to overcome illness. It's something to be proud of. And in turn, the businesses that come to us to make these medicines provide the money we need to run the business. So alongside our manager, we are also working for patients and our business customers. When you think about it, this is all worthwhile. We help patients, we help customers, and we help our investors. These are our stakeholders. And if the business is run well, we get to have a great career. So taking care of our business is also important for you and your colleagues. We all get a good career and interesting work if the business is doing well. We all have to keep our promises to all of these people, these stakeholders. And this is where Hoshin Kanri really comes in and really impacts how you do your work every day. Let's find out how. When we think about what we do at work any day, it's helpful to realise that actually, to meet the needs of our stakeholders, only 4 types of activities should take place. This is how we take care of our business. Most of the time, we should be involved in things that make us money, save us money, create competitive advantage, or meet legal requirements. We can use these 4 reasons as a useful filter to the work that you are involved in. How does the activity bring value? Is it doing something that will make us money? Usually we only make money if we're doing something the customer is prepared to pay for. Is the work we're doing something that will save us money? Usually this is where we're trying to improve or fix our processes. Whether we are making money or saving money, it's always important to think in the long term to ensure that this can be sustained for the future. Are we doing something that creates competitive advantage for the company? This is usually something new based on our insight into the market, a new way of doing something. Maybe something that will sustain our business into the future. Something that improves what we do now or brings something new to our work. Or finally, is it something that meets legal requirements? Something that enables us to conduct business with integrity? Well-run businesses last longer. In a nutshell, Hoshin Kanri is how we run our business day to day and make sure we're looking after our stakeholders. It enables us to decide our business strategy and how it connects to what you do every day. With Hoshin, we start with the big goals, the goals for the entire business. These goals are usually written for long periods of 1 to 3 years. These big goals then need to be broken down into smaller annual objectives and implemented by everyone, from management to the factory floor. It's an agreement on what needs to be accomplished. The big goals are created by our senior managers who have access to information about our customers' needs and market trends. They decide what sort of business we are trying to run and report on this to our shareholders. These business plans are then broken down into goals for each unit of the business, each division, and each site. So think about your role for 1 minute. How does it connect to the role of your team, your department, and your site? What is it about what you do that enables us to run our business successfully? The purpose of Hoshin is that you understand the link and prioritise the right activities to keep the business working well and serving all the stakeholders. It's your manager's role to make sure you are clear of your work priorities and how these link to the bigger picture. To help you understand how all of this links together, we can use an Xbox. Actually, the Xbox or X matrix is a Hoshin tool. Let's take a look at it and how it can help you do your job effectively. An X matrix is a template used in organizational improvement that concisely visualizes the alignment of an organization's business objectives, metrics, and ownership on a single piece of paper, sometimes known as an A3. Completing the X matrix is a collaborative process of co-creation and clarification to get everyone literally on the same page about the work that needs to be done to succeed. Using tools like the X matrix, Hoshin helps us plan. Imagine you're flying a plane. The X matrix gives us the flight plan for the journey year by year. Once we're on the journey, we may encounter turbulence. Hoshin is designed to give us measures we can use to adjust our day-to-day work to cope with turbulence. And to check these measures as we fly along, we use a scorecard with 6 pillars. Hoshin enables us to take advantage of new ideas and better ways of working as we go along because we know the overall goal of what we're trying to achieve and are measuring progress as we fly along. We use 6 pillars as metrics to measure. These are 6 key measures of day-to-day performance. And at each site, we begin each year with targets related to each pillar. Firstly, targets that we need to meet, but then things we could do to improve upon this. The pillars are safety, quality at source, on-time delivery, innovation, cost efficiency, and people engagement. Let's take a closer look at the 6 pillars. What's interesting is the first of the 6 pillars is about safety. It's worth thinking for a minute why it is that this is the first one. It tells us that our CEO and directors put our safety above any other concern, and that is why we have health and safety teams looking out for our well-being. That is why we report on this first in Hoshin, so this overriding duty is front of mind. So how do we know how well we are meeting this goal? Well, we measure how many corrective actions are taken by employees to ensure safety. And part of this is to report near-miss accidents to enable us to prevent future injury. And of course, we measure how many serious accidents do actually take place and fully review on how to prevent this. Our senior managers want to know we are all safe, that we all go home in the same state each day that we came in. Next, we have quality at source. This relates to the 4 reasons. It's about making money. We charge for a premium quality service and need to check that the customer is getting exactly what they are paying for. They need a product they can use. And in our industry, they can only use a product that is safe, where the manufacturing process can be fully audited and tracked. To have quality at source, we need to ensure our quality processes are followed. We operate GMP at our sites, and the quality at source measure is making sure our quality processes are on track. We measure quality at source by the number of successful batches going to the customer and how many deviations we made from the agreed process. Quality at source is tracking our quality systems and processes, making sure we are meeting our planned targets by measuring success and making adjustments when we hit turbulence. Next, we have on-time delivery, sometimes known as on-time in full or OTIF. When we deliver high-quality products to our customers' satisfaction, we get paid. This again relates to the 4 reasons. It's about making money. When did you last go to a restaurant and not enjoy your meal? If the food is not good, you are unlikely to return for more. The same goes for our customers. If they're not getting what they expect, they may go elsewhere for their next project. We can only run a business if people are prepared to buy our services. So, alongside OTIF, we measure customer satisfaction with our service. Next, we have innovation. Innovation is about doing new things and doing current things better. This relates to the third filter, creating competitive advantage. By innovating, we create unique selling points and a reason to stay with us. Innovation calls on us to recognize and capture our intellectual property. Innovation calls on us to do things in a different way to other CDMO organizations. How is your team finding new, novel ways of doing things? And how are you involved in this? Every year, we aim to increase our profitability by improving our business with new ideas. We aim to save the equivalent of 5% of cost of goods. We measure how many improvement projects are underway and how many have been implemented. This is really important because the businesses that do not continue to try to improve can lose business to competitors. We always need to be looking for a better way to do things. Next, we have cost efficiency. This again relates to the 4 reasons. It is about saving money because we perform work in a cost-effective way. So why do we need to save money? The customer will pay a certain amount for our services, and to provide what they want, we have to provide materials, people, and expertise. As a reward for our services, we make a profit. By focusing on the cost of the work we do, we reduce waste and ensure we're working on the things the customer will pay for. So we measure capacity utilization, how effectively we are using our resources. And one of those resources is you. Are we making the best use of your time? We also check that what we said we would spend on production is the actual real cost. This is done by checking variances against our plan. Cost efficiency is tracking how we use our resources, and Hoshin helps us make adjustments when we hit turbulence. Finally, we have people engagement. If you think about it, we started with people safety, but now we end with people engagement. Our people are our product. We sell the knowledge and skills of our employees. You are our most important resource, so it makes sense to focus on what we can do to make this a great place to work for you. This relates to all 4 filters. Having engaged people is how we make money, save money, create competitive advantage, and meet legal requirements. It's all about you. Those are the 6 Hoshin pillars that we track day to day to ensure your business is on track and to cope with turbulence. Why not ask your manager to explain how your Hoshin scorecard is working now?